Planet Zoo has been rated E10 by the ESRB for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It is approved for all players age 10 and over. From the turreted castle and Main Street to Monte Cristo Island and Kukuana Land, Bartholomew Zenon's Zenon Land is protected by the Night Sheriff. Day and night, he is burdened by a witch's curse to be aware of all that live and play within the massive fantasy theme park. Now an attack on the park by a monster hunter who knows far too much threatens everything, guests, staff, and fellow supernaturals taking refuge in the park. The Night Sheriff must scramble to uncover not only the source of the threat, but secrets of the park of which even he was not aware. If he doesn't, he may be doomed. The park may be doomed. Even the world may be doomed. And that's a lot of doom. Get your copy at Amazon.com today. You know, I can hear you out there. You're looking at this and you're going, Jack, what the hell did you do? Did you delete everything again? And of course the answer is yes. I was getting into it, I was building the things, and then I realized that none of it was what I actually wanted. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to start over. That's all. I'm just going to start over. Yeah, that's the other thing I'm dealing with right now. My mouse is glitching out occasionally. It'll suddenly send me flying halfway across the map. Trying to I'm saving up pennies to buy a new mouse. I want a really good one, that's the thing. Anyway, folks, hi there. My name is Jack. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, welcome aboard. This is Planet Zoo, and this is the Sequoia Park Zoo. It's a taiga zoo set in Canada. I am redoing the theming. I'm redesigning it all. I've come up with a conclusive list of animals and everything. These are the theming elements that we're going to be using. These are our information signs. This is going to be our donation bucket covers. These are the fence pieces that we're using. Our garbage can cover. This right here is for educational speakers. And this is, like I said, garbage and benches. And this is a musical tower to add to the soundtrack. There we go. And on comes the night. So anyway, what has changed? Well, let me show you this first, okay? Okay, what you're looking at here is the revised animal list. It's a lot of taiga animals. It's not that many temperate or, tundra animals. It's got a couple on there, but mostly it is it's taiga animals. Now, you can see I've got it divided up into groups, canines, bears, small animals, ungulates, insects, things like that. This is not necessarily the order in which I will be adding these animals. This is a nice, neat, arranged, alphabetical list. This is, like I said, this is not necessarily the order in which I will be adding these animals. How will I be adding the animals? Well, for the most part, I will be adding them in groups. Like if I start the ungulate group, I'm not going to stop the ungulates until I finish all of them. But I'm also not going to necessarily do them in alphabetical order. So the alpine ibex is not necessarily the first animal I'm going to build. In fact, if you've seen the thumbnail, you know the animal that I'm going to start with. So anyway, yeah, that's the first big change. Here's the real deal. I got tired of what I was doing. I realized I was phoning in a lot of my habitats. I wasn't putting my full effort into it. And what I decided was I was going to put double or triple the effort that I'm normally doing into each freaking habitat. All of them. Doesn't matter. The base habitats, the exciting ones. I just want to do better. Okay? To that end, I'm going to pay a lot of attention to the theming of the zoo. I'm going to try and be consistent in my designs. I'm going to try and add at least a a pretend back area for every habitat. Every habitat's going to have a building attached. It'll probably include, at the very least, a keeper hut. Might include other things, depending on the circumstance. I'm not going to go so far as to start creating like little, using the props to start making like miniature tools or making a car for the that'll never go anywhere. But I will definitely do more than just, like draw big. I'm not going to do any more of these big round things with a gate, and there's, there's stuff inside, but there's no actual facilities, because I've been to a lot of zoos, and there are facilities on every single habitat. I am still concentrating on education. This is going to be our general education boards. Plus, we've got these for the specific stuff. And, with this stuff, this is going to be the new talk point. And, I'm going to be using these as the general education stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you like what we're about to do. I hope you forgive me for starting over twice. And, I hope you enjoy what I'm trying to do here and what I'm trying to get done. So anyway, guys, let's get down to it. I'm going to start the build. The first animal in the zoo is going to be the llama, as it says on the thumbnail. That's it. It's a thumbnail. Duh. Jeez, I hate forgetting things. And I'm going to be putting it right here in this kind of catty corner thing. And let me lead this out just a little bit. Now, this primary path I'm doing on the grid, like so. But I'm branching paths out on the side, and that's just going to be standard, non-grid, whatever. Anyway, like I said, our first habitat for this second restart is the llama, and I'm going to get to it. All right, this is our llama habitat. It is the first habitat in the, yes, the second restart. I haven't yet started doing a lot of playing around with like multiple terrains and various viewing points and all this number. Basically, the llamas are an interesting habitat, but they are not what people come to see. So I want to make it easy for them to look at the llamas. But basically, llamas are livestock. They're not exactly the most exciting of creatures. But they're still good zoo animals, and if we had more of a petting zoo, if we had more facility to make petting zoos in this, I would have put them in a petting zoo. As it is, though, the habitat is open. It's got lots of space. These animals can run around and do their thing. People can look at them. It's all set up. I've got education points and an animal talk, and of course. It's a pretty basic one. Like I said, I haven't started really going full out on the animal habitats yet. Not with this one. There will come, it will come. It will come. They're not all going to be basically generic habitats, but this is a generic animal, and that's what I was aiming at. Most of the ungulates are going to be in this style of habitat. There are going to be some exceptions. You'll see them. Anyway, guys, if you liked what you saw, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will see you in the next video.
The jungle, as old and as true as the sky. The forest protected shall prosper, the forest neglected shall die. You've an aptitude to change attitudes, cause we have to prove it. That planet to grab your shovel. There's work to do, the world's in trouble. You gotta build a zoo.